All right. Good afternoon. It is time now to kick off the Deep Dish Football Game of the Week, playoff game of the week, this Saturday at Prairie Ridge as Hinsdale Central takes on Prairie Ridge. And it's going to be a very underlooked game, but I really like this game. Prairie Ridge, they lost 2 games. But what they were able to do after those 2 games and come back and win shows a lot of good character in this team. And again, like I said, that offense that they run. When you get to the playoffs and you run that offense, especially schools that have not seen that offense, it is a pain in the butt for a defensive coordinator to have his defense be patient, let the play develop, and make the tackle. It is tough, and there will be mistakes made, no doubt about it. Now you go to Hinsdale South, Coach Prairie, who I'm from the DuPage area. He does a wonderful job with those kids. Hinsdale South has always had a great group of athletes. Definitely very impressed with their quarterback and their passing attack, along with their defensive backs as well. So let's go back to Crystal Lake, not Crystal Lake, but Prairie Ridge. Again, really impressed with the group of athletes. Let's go to, you know what? Sorry about that. Let's go to Hinsdale South first. I apologize for that one. Marquise Garrett, quarterback. The kid's a son. You'll hear more about him. He's a very well-balanced quarterback. Definitely to take an eye out for. Terrell McCray, wide receiver. Amir McDermott, another guy to look out for. Who's the other kid I'm looking for? Edward Highland, he's another guy to look out for. Alexander Diaz, another guy to look out for. Good group of middle linebackers, Kevon Miller, Milan, Everett Hopkins. Again, solid group of linebackers. They've always had good linebackers. That's a key thing for Hinsdale South football. For their schedule, basically, it was an on and off schedule, as is. Lost to Caneland, lost to Willowbrook, who was 9-0. Caneland was really good. Was really good this season. Lost to Hinsdale Central. I don't think that was much of any surprise there. Hinsdale Central's a good team. Big wins over Downer South and Addison Trail as well. But a good schedule, a good season for Hinsdale South. Basically, how do you say, what's expected of them schedule, what the results were. But definitely, it's Hinsdale South football to the core, especially with those kids that they have on that roster. Coach Prairie, Coach Hanson, just that whole coaching staff of Hinsdale South. It's just an impressive group of guys. Coach Curry, just a great group of guys. So let's go up to there. Let's go up to Prairie Ridge. All right, let's go to Prairie Ridge. So, Prairie Ridge, Kyle Kohlberger, safety, who I have is one of the best in the state for 2020. Connor Leiden, who is going to be huge this post playoffs. I can say playoffs on what he does. Carter Evans, he's a sophomore. He's going to be a stud athlete, just like his brother. He's going to be highly recruited. Definitely a player to keep an eye out for. Charlie Salerno, and Tommy Evans, Riley Smith, another guy to look out for, offensive tackle. And I'm trying to find one more person. I can't find him. Well, it's okay. We'll just go to the schedule of Prairie Ridge. Their first loss was the Huntley. That was a tough game. But they came back in Dundee Crown and they won a squeaker. But again, that shows a lot. They came back after that loss to Huntley and they beat Dundee Crown. They lost to Cary Grove, who is the top dog, and they beat Crystal Lake South. You have to give the edge, basically, to Prairie Ridge's schedule, a little bit tougher than Hinsdale South's schedule. But again, that means nothing. But, again, Two impressive teams, two teams that should be talked about more. I think this is going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be an entertaining game, especially at Prairie Ridge. I'm looking forward to going to Prairie Ridge. This is my first time ever for a high school football game in that area, so it should be a fun time. I'm going to say Connor London, I'm going to mispronounce that last name, and Terrell, the quarterback Hinsdale South. Those are my two key players to look at, especially for this this playoff game this Saturday at at Prairie Ridge. Keep saying Crystal Lake, Prairie Ridge, and I will do magic numbers for the game, few more videos as well, and talk about the game until Saturday. Should be a fun time. Deep Dish Football Live is at 8 p.m. Thursday. Breakfast with Coach Big Pete is at 9 a.m. Sunday. Make sure if you have any questions, my email is coachbigpete@gmail.com. Feel free to ask away. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip via PayPal on the link on the bottom. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. And can't wait to see everyone at Crystal Lake for the big game of Prairie Ridge versus Hinsdale South.